All right, let's climb into one of the most beloved and imaginative worlds in all of children's literature. I'm talking, of course, about the Faraway Tree, from the mind of the legendary Enid Blyton. So for this explainer, we're going to explore all of its magic, its absolutely unforgettable characters, and, you guessed it, its endless adventures. You heard that right. The most wonderful tree in the world. I mean, that quote just perfectly captures the essence of where we're headed. But here's the thing, our story doesn't start with someone who already believes in all this magic. Nope, it starts with a newcomer, someone who has absolutely no idea what kinds of wonders, or dangers for that matter, are waiting for him just beyond the garden gate. So our guide into this incredible world isn't some wide-eyed believer. It's actually a boy named Dick. And he starts off as a complete and total skeptic. And honestly, that's what makes this so great. His journey from disbelief to pure wonder is what makes all the magic feel so real. And this contrast is really key to the whole story. See, Dick, he's coming from the hustle and bustle of London, a world of noisy buses and trams that he finds pretty ordinary. So when he gets to the quiet countryside, what does he think? He thinks it's just plain dull. But what he doesn't know is that his cousins, Joe, Bessie, and Fanny, they're keeping a massive secret about the woods nearby. And let me tell you, it's anything but dull. So his immediate reaction, just total disbelief. When his cousins try to tell him the woods are magical, he's just like, yeah, right, you're making fun of me. He completely assumes it's a joke. I mean, in his world, stuff like that just doesn't exist. And that skepticism, it's the perfect way in for us, because we get to discover all the magic right alongside him. And that, of course, brings us to the tree itself. It's not just in the enchanted wood. You could almost say it is the enchanted wood. This thing is the absolute heart of all the magic, the central pillar for literally every single adventure that's about to happen. So let's be clear, the Faraway Tree is so much more than just a tree. You've got to think of it like a living, breathing gateway. Its highest branches, they just disappear right up into the clouds, and they act as this incredible portal to an ever-changing lineup of magical worlds. Seriously, the tree is a whole world unto itself. First off, it's so enormous its top is literally in the clouds. It grows all kinds of different fruits, seemingly just based on its mood. One day acorns, the next day plums. And get this, its trunk is basically a vertical village for all sorts of magical folk. But that ladder at the top, that's the real key. In so many ways, the tree isn't just a setting, it's a living, totally unpredictable character. Now, the journey up the tree is an adventure all on its own. You don't just climb. As you go up, you meet all these eccentric residents who call the trunk home. It turns a simple climb into, well, a series of very strange social calls. So as the kids are climbing, they're basically navigating this bizarre vertical village. You learn the rules pretty quick. Avoid the angry pixies window at all costs, and definitely duck when you're under Dame Washalot's house, unless you want a face full of laundry water. You might stop for a nice chat with the lovely Silky, or tiptoe past the snoring Mr. Watsy's name, and then, finally, you get to the home of Moonface and the Saucepan Man. They're pretty much the gatekeepers to the very top. And of course, in a world this enchanting, even the snacks are magical, right? Moonface and Silky introduce the kids to these things called pop biscuits. They're these amazing little treats that go pop when you bite into them, and then your whole mouth just fills with sweet honey. It's a small detail, but it's things like that that make this world feel so rich and just wondrous. Oh, and the residents are just fantastic. Take the very deaf Saucepan Man. He's literally covered in pots and pans. He mishears pretty much everything, and he's responsible for some of the funniest moments in the whole story. Like when he meets Dick, he hears his name as Chick, and then later he thinks it's Stick. It's just hilarious. Okay, so we've met the residents, we've climbed the trunk. Now this brings us to the main event, the magical, constantly rotating lands that just appear at the very top of the Faraway Tree. This is where the real adventures really kick off. And the way it works is so beautifully simple, but it's just filled with wonder. You climb the highest branch, which actually pokes right through a hole in a giant cloud. Then you climb this little ladder, and when your head pops out, boom! You are in a completely new, totally unpredictable world. So for Dick's very first visit, the tree serves up something truly bizarre. The land of topsy-turvy. And yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. Houses are standing on their chimneys, trees are growing with their roots up in the air, and everybody, I mean everybody, walks on their hands. It's the perfect, completely disorienting introduction to just how weird the tree's magic can get.
But here's the thing about these lands, it's not just about sightseeing. Each place has its own unique rules and its own dangers. And as the children are about to find out, breaking those rules can have some pretty serious consequences.
Yep, the trouble starts almost immediately. As soon as they arrive, an upside-down policeman explains the #1 rule, but Joe, well, he argues. And for his trouble, he gets topped with a magic stick. Just like that, he's instantly put under a spell, forced to stand on his hands just like everybody else. And this is where the real danger kicks in. See, these lands don't stay at the top of the tree forever. They move on. So if a land leaves while you're still visiting, or worse, if you're trapped by its magic like Joe is, you could be stuck there for good. All of a sudden, this fun little adventure has some very, very high stakes. Luckily, getting away from trouble is just as magical as finding it in the first place. While Joe is stuck up there, totally upside down, the others need a fast way to get down the tree. And that's where this comes in, the slippery slip. It's this incredible slide that belongs to Moonface, and it spirals all the way down the inside of the hollow tree trunk right to the bottom. So just think about it. Dick, the boy who started the day thinking the countryside was boring, ends it by shooting down a magical slide inside a giant enchanted tree. I mean, this one wild adventure just completely shatters his skepticism. He's now a firm believer, and he's totally ready for whatever the faraway tree is going to throw at him next. And that really leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? The faraway tree is a gateway to infinite possibilities. You could get anything from the land of topsy-turvy to the land of take what you want. So that brings up a question for you. If you were the one climbing that ladder through the clouds, what magical land would you want to find waiting for you at the top?